So here's the thing, watch. So if I go back to this, so the statement from FiLMiC, right? Going forward, future apps will be moving to a subscription model. Ugh. And we hope to arrive at the right pricing model soon, but we are not there yet.
Dude, I'm
Clearly.
on board for the open source stuff now. Like, it's just getting ridiculous.
This is all, but it's been going more and more to the point. Like, the more stuff like this exists, the more I want to support open source and local. Like, not because I don't want this type of software to exist, but if it does, I want it to be from a place that I at least have access to, if that makes sense. Like,
imagine if somebody made you pay a subscription to use a hammer.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's like, come on.
Dude, I have the smart locks on my house. Like, they joke about it, but like, what if you have to pay a subscription to use the smart feature that allows you into your own home?
You can only unlock your house 10 times a week.
Why wouldn't they?
What's stopping them? They can't. You have to. It's
the subscription model is so evil.
The greed is strong.
So here's the counterpoint. So Eufy, whatever, Eufy, Anker's brand. They were a product that I liked. Like, their brand model, their concept was, we don't do the cloud. There's no subscriptions. You buy it one time. You buy the hardware, and the updates, like most of their products don't need updating because it's just, you know, maybe there's a safety or a bug fix, but there's not like new features being accessed. And what their main tech lines were: smart vacuums, home security, and like smart locks, which falls into the home security system. And they recently had their big scandal of basically everything they claimed they weren't doing in terms of cloud data. They said that everything was local, no cloud data. It didn't matter if you'd ever set up an online login or not. Their information was going to the cloud, whether that's your security systems, cameras on your vacuum, anything like that. Vocal recognition, all this was going to the cloud.
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's like, why? You told us you weren't going to do this. I bought the product based on this. It was basically fraud at that point. It was fraudulent.
They had to be selling data.
Well, they
were putting data profiles together and selling data, and that was
the thing was, it wasn't even encrypted. It's not even encrypted. People could access other people's streams in their home, and and then they claimed that it was for notifications. So the user turned off, like uninstalled like the app and everything, and then the streams were still going out. So even though he deleted his whole account, so there was no notifications to be sent, and the data was still getting passed through his home Wi-Fi to go out. So it's like, even whenever you find a good reputable company, you aren't like, Meta obviously isn't the most reputable, and they were lying. Everyone knew it. But even when you have a company that you think you can trust, they're still lying. Not all the time, but you know,
this is
you can't. I don't know. It's crazy because like something that happened like that locally, like your business would just be done.
Yeah,
like people would, everybody would know, and you just like lose all your income.
And even if they get taxed or not taxed, even if they get fined or lawsuits and the money goes out, how much money did they make during that time?
Well, they don't.
That probably outweighed the cost of the lawsuits. It's like, unless Linus said this recently, it was like, unless the slap on the wrist is big enough to make an example of them, all these tech companies are going to continue doing anti-consumer practices.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wouldn't have cared if you sold my data if I knew it before I agreed to it.
Ask me.
You just straight up lied. It was the same thing with Meta. They're openly lying.
I feel like it's almost a disservice to call it anti-consumer, because it gives you like the concept if they care about like thinking about the consumers. Like, they're not even thinking about them.
Profit.
Yeah, it's like cattle.
Or like the little birds on
like,
Finding Nemo.
They don't even have like the capacity to understand that like they're like, there's something that could be anti them. It's like, they're just our thing. We can use them however we want.
Yeah. No.
I learned recently, I've been looking into upgrading our Wi-Fi